Hi guys, it's Veronica, and this is my personal review of 50 Shades of Grey trilogy. I must tell you before you watch this video that there will be a lot of spoilers. So if you have not read the 50 Shades of Grey trilogy, or you will not read the 50 Shades of trilogy, you can see this video. But if you have not, please do not see this video because there's going to be a lot of spoilers that I'm going to be talking about from book 1 to book 2 to book 3. Let's start. Let's start with book 1. So it's a story about Anastasia Steele, who meets this wonderful Christian Grey accidentally because her best friend is sick. So it starts very slow at first with the introduction of everything and all the characters, which is very founding. At the end of book 1, I'm not going to go too much details, but at the end of book 1, she gets into this relationship with Christian Grey. I wouldn't call it a relationship. It's more of a dominant, submissive type of person. So she gets into this new lifestyle, which is very new for her. So book 1 was amazing. I think book 1 was what I was expecting from the whole S&M perspective, how he treats her, how he stalks her, everything was great. The way book 1 ended wanted me to read to book 2 even more to find out what was going to happen with her reaction and everything and how she took it all in, because she left him at book 1 after everything that he had done. She just didn't have the willpower to continue, so she left him in book 1. So that's pretty much it. For book 1, I will rate it out of 10. I will rate it a 8 out of 10. I would not rate it a 9 or a 10, just simply because it did intrigue me. It was very passionate. It was really good. It was really good with how she told the story, and it's on the perspective of Anastasia Steele. So it was good. I liked it. Book 1. On to book 2. Book 2 is 50 Shades Darker. So when I read that, I was gonna be like, ooh, what's going to be about. I was very intrigued to see what's gonna happen with all the characters, and book 2 was amazing. They went to this masquerade ball. They did a lot of things there. I really liked their character, how they got along. So they basically got back together. She found out more things about him. So it was more of his character and his backstory, which I liked a lot because I was very intrigued to see how or why he became the way he did. Very submissive, very demanding, very assertive, and very stalking like a personality, how he became that way. And I really like that. In book 2, he proposes, they get married, so it's very, very nice. Book 2 was amazing. At the end of book 2, I was kind of disappointed. I was starting to get the story wasn't much about the S&M, but more about their love story, which was good and bad. So they tore away a little bit into that subject, and kind of gets you distracted and gets you to fall in love with the characters, which is great. But it also is bad because it doesn't give you the answers that you were seeking for in book 1. So it kind of left me unfinished. It didn't really satisfy the answers that I was looking for. It didn't really, they never really answered her questions to begin with in book 1. So that's what I was expecting in book 2. Book 2, I will rate it a 7 out of 10 again, because it didn't satisfy the questions that I had in book 1, and they didn't answer in book 2. So I was expecting book 3 to be the overall answer to all my questions. Yes, it gave me perspective on Christian Grey's life, which was awesome, but it didn't give me what I was expecting. I was expecting more. How can I say this? I was expecting more of her questions of, I was just expecting more of his point of view, how he saw it, how he perceived it in book 2. But that didn't happen, so it just continued on to her perspective and her stuff. So it was great because like he became like this like lovey guy, and he like loves her, and they got married, and it was really nice and very sweet and very sappy. But I didn't expect that. It took a turn for me, book 2. I finished book 3 finally. So I did not really like it. Sorry. The reason why I didn't like it is because I thought I liked the ending. Oh, okay. So let me clarify. I didn't like the book, the whole entire book. The third book, I just didn't like. I liked the 5 last pages of the book. So why did I like the other pages of the book and I like the 5 pages of the book? Because the last 5 pages of the book really gets you into the mind of Christian Grey and gives you his perspective. And that's what I was looking for in book 3. But it only gave me 5 pages. So I'm thinking that either the famous author is going to be writing another series just about his thoughts of his perspective on the 50 Shades, and she's gonna call it something else, or it's just a bad decision overall. Because in book 3, everything was just crowded. There were too many events. First of all, he gets into like a helicopter crash. Then her father gets into a car accident. Then his sister Mia gets kidnapped. Then she gets pregnant, and then everything like just happens in the course of less than 3 months. And it's a lot of things going on in book 3 that merges with book 2, that it's just like, oh, really? Like, this is happening? Really? Like, stop. I just want to skip to the next. I just want to, like, read, when they have sex. Because, like, it's honestly, like, it just didn't, like, make sense to the story. I understand, like, where she was going, but it's just, it was too distracting to the main core of their story. Which just didn't satisfy me to the reader's point of view of, it was just too many events going on in book 3. So the last 5 pages really liked his perspective, his point of view, and how he did his research on her, and how everything was great and wonderful, and like, how he thought, which was awesome. But then that's it. So I will rate book 3 6 out of 10, and an overall trilogy a 6 out of 10. I like the fact that they do fall in love with each other and they have 2 kids. That's wonderful, but it just isn't really like. I would like it to have less events and concentrate more on like how she gave birth, how he is with the father, like, his fears, and his future daughter, how he treats her, like stuff like that, like how you raise your child in your environment, in that S&M world. How do you do that? That would have been intriguing as hell, and I would have like read it, and I would have loved it, because I would have been like, oh, okay, then that's how you answer these questions in this certain matter. And it wasn't like that much as and it wasn't like that hardcore. I don't know, like I was expecting something different in a way, and it just didn't get it to me. So if you haven't read it, the 50 Shades of Grey trilogy, or you have read it, or you're not going to read it, at least you know what happens. And since the movie is going to come out very soon, I wanted to do this review before the movie comes out, before moviegoers go to see this movie. And I'm going to tell you and advise. Book 1 was the best, but do not expect book 1 to be in your wonderful silver screen. That's never going to happen. Book 1 is going to be more about the love story. It's going to be like more like book 2 and book 3. So it's not going to be the spectacle that everyone is like raging about. So I would say don't be disappointed when you don't get the things that you want to see. I still want to see the movie, and I'm still going to see the movie because I am intrigued to see how they portrayed it. But I know going into the movies that I'm not going to see what I read. So if you have read the books, just go with that mindset that you're not going to see what you read. And if you have not read the books, at least you know what happens throughout the whole entire trilogy, and know that it's just a 2-hour movie comprehends in those 3 books. So I don't know if they're going to do all the 3 books in one movie. I don't know if they're going to split it. I don't know if they're going to do a trilogy of movies. I'm not sure. So I'm just speculating at this point. For what it seems, they're only going to do book 1 at this point, so there might be a trilogy of movies, but I don't think it's going to be what you expect. So you're not gonna be seeing the S&M, the real S&M, and you're not gonna be able to see all the craziness that you read online. So don't expect that, because the book doesn't have that much stuff in it. It has stuff, it's just not that much, and it's very like simple things, and if very simple good things. But if you have not read the book and you saw my review, please comment down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe and share. And thanks for watching. Bye.